Well, first of all, you can see that fire is still burning behind me, and depending on the weather, crews plan on burning about 15,000 acres of land out here. Someone broke into the restaurant twice within the past 3 weekends. Those involved threw large chunks of asphalt like this through the back window. This is usually the road that leads into this neighborhood here, but you can see there's major flooding. This water about 6-7 inches high. It was a very close, tight race tonight, but about an hour ago, Sheriff Rivetta and all of his supporters here, they found out the results of that election. Those 3 suspects crashed the vehicle into this pole right here. You can still see some of the debris scattered on the ground. That homeowner told me that she was on the phone earlier when she thought she heard what was a firework. Turns out it was actually a bullet hitting her garage door. I did speak to the chief of police over at CCISD, who said just like citizens, teachers do have rights within the classroom. Many local restaurants have dining rooms that look like this: empty tables, empty chairs, no customers inside. But you have to wear your mask. You don't have to wear your mask, however, if you're in a personal vehicle like I am right now. In the past week alone, they have responded to at least 4 shootings in different parts of town. Thankfully, for 3 of those shootings, nobody was injured. And businesses like the Oasis Brewing Company reopened their doors for customers to come here and dine in. Since coronavirus began, childhood vaccinations have dropped nearly 40%. It's an alarming number.
Hey everyone, my name is Dr. Jason Barnes, and my wife has informed me that I'm not coming home.
Dr. Jason Barnes works in the emergency room at KRIS Hospital.
I've actually treated, patients positive with the virus, and, trying to think about bringing that home is scary for us.
And working on the front lines, he wondered how he could keep his family safe.
So I came up with the treehouse quarantine, so I wanted to show you a little bit. Welcome to my crib.
He and his wife Jenna considered buying an RV or even getting a hotel room. But for Dr. Barnes, he wanted to be close to family. And the easiest way to do that was to transform this treehouse into his temporary home.
At first it was just comical. Well, you could just live in the treehouse. The more I thought about it, I was like, actually, that could work.
Equipped with just about everything you need: a bed.
Takes a little getting used to sleeping on a bunk bed made out of cedar wood.
Water and food.
Got some water. Here's the fridge. See what we got inside here. It looks like pickles for dinner.
A bathroom and even air conditioning. Now, the setup may not be ideal, but for Dr. Barnes, it's all about being close to home. So family time for the Barnes does look a little bit different nowadays. Instead of hanging out inside the home with one another, Dr. Barnes sits on the front porch of the treehouse while his kids and wife hang out in the backyard.
As much as we miss him terribly, being in the house and being able to, hug him and be with him daily.
The Barnes say the treehouse quarantine is worth it to ensure they stay safe.
Quarantine is serious, and it's the only way we're going to beat this thing.
Reporting in Corpus Christi, Ashley Portillo, KRIS 6 News. This intersection here is where the most number of accidents occurred in 2019, and the Corpus Christi Police Department says this area behind me is just one of the busiest here in the city.
It's very heavily condensed traffic, and there's usually about a wreck a day.
Marcus Murrow drives through the intersection at SPID and Staples every day, and he's even been in an accident in that area.
Close encounters every day, yeah. People generally drive with disregard for anybody else's well-being in this area.
In fact, according to the Corpus Christi Police Department's data from 2019, the intersection at SPID and Staples tops the list of most dangerous intersections in the city, whether it's vehicle-to-vehicle accidents or a vehicle hitting a pedestrian.
If you would have asked me what the most dangerous intersection in Corpus is, I probably would have said this one as well, too, just from what I've seen.
That's followed by SPID in Castoris, SPID in Airline, SPID in Everhart, and SPID in Broadfield. All intersections within 5 miles of one another on a very busy highway.
Kind of surprised, but not really at the same time.
Lee Tisdale works at Batteries Plus Bulbs. That's near the Castoris intersection where that 8-car pileup happened. And he says accidents in that area aren't uncommon.
You just hear tires screeching, you're like, oh, what's that? And then you hear a loud bang. We've had to run out and call 911 and make sure those people are okay. Because, I mean, somebody runs a red light and they T-bone somebody else.
And the Corpus Christi Police Department advises if you are driving in this area or anywhere for that matter, just be aware of your surroundings, avoid any distractions like having your cell phone out, and just take your time. Like mother,
I'm really proud to be like my mom.
like daughter.
She's like me, but I think that's because we've spent so much time together.
Growing up, Officer Paddock spent many days and nights by her mother's side as she joined her in ride-alongs across the city.
I wanted to go on a call all the time just to see what kind of stuff we could get into or what kind of calls we would get sent to. I just had a passion for it.
That passion for joining the force grew, and eventually she applied to become a police officer. She got accepted into the police academy and went through 32 weeks of vigorous training. She described the moment her mother put her police badge on her for the first time almost 2 weeks ago.
Every moment in my life with my mom, because she is probably my best friend, that was probably the happiest moment.
My heart's so full because she decided she wanted to do the same type of job that I wanted to do.
And although they aren't together as partners out in the field, they do have that same tough mentality.
It would have been fun to go out and try to catch the bad guy together because we're both very competitive.
Now Officer Paddock wants to do all that she can in following in her mother's footsteps.
And as she got promoted, she said, all I want to do is be a good captain. All I can say right now is I want to be a good cop. I want to be as good as my mom was.
And by the way, today was Officer Paddock's first official day on the job riding around the city. She was able to make one arrest. For now, reporting in studio, Ashley Portillo, KRIS 6 News.